The NBA Finals has had no shortage of drama, swag, and record-breaking performances. At yan ang ating pag-uusapan dito sa season finale ng Pinoy Step Podcast.
From buzzer beaters to blockbuster trades, this is your front row seat to the NBA.
Here at Pinoy Step Podcast, we go deep into every play, every move, and the insider stories you won't hear anywhere else.
All the highlights, all the hot takes, walang mintis. This is the Pinoy Step Podcast, powered by the Arena Plus Sportsbook. Sama-sama sa Arena. Support your team by watching and playing at arenaplus.ph. Dito ang home court ng tunay na Pinoy fans.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode on the Pinoy Step Podcast with me, Anton Rojas. Thank you so much to everybody who've been tuning in, watching, wherever it is you get your podcast. Maraming salamat to those who have been with us since day one, checking us out, engaging, whether it is you are checking out the pod on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. Maraming salamat po. Rolling with me today once again is my brother, Mr. Migs Gomez. Migs, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Anton. I'm very happy to be doing this final episode for season 1 of Pinoy Step Podcast with you. And we have so much to talk about. Last week na napanood ko yung episode mo with Kiefer Ravena. Dami mga sikreto na reveal. But now we're back to normal and I'm ready to talk about the NBA.
You know, I just have to congratulate Mr. Migs Gomez here. Alam mo, dapat bigyan nga ng Rolex itong si Migs Gomez eh. Kasi sa lahat
dapat
ng mga
kasama ako doon.
Oo, sa lahat ng mga nag-guest dito sa Pinoy Step Podcast, si Migs lang ang tumama. Hinulaan niya, predict niya na aabot sa finals itong OKC Thunder. Pero, pare, yung mga kasama natin ngayon, balita ko, magkaparehas daw kayo ng prediction.
Hahabol pa siya. Well, at least that's what he told us before we started recording. Ngayon at nasa finals na ang OKC.
Alright, so pakilala na natin, pare. Migs, this is a guy that I will say also is one of the people dito sa Pilipinas na nagpasikat ng Pinoy Step. Kumbaga, kung si Kiefer at si Mike Tolomia ang nag-originate nito, this guy put his own flavor and ginawa niyang next level.
Definitely.
Yung Pinoy Step. So, this guy is known, I know him as the only player na nakapag-champion sa UAAP for 2 different schools. And, interestingly, nakalaban mo siya nung mga bata kayo. Okay.
Mamaya kikwento ko yan after we introduce this guy because as you mentioned, ang pinakakailangan na description na ilalagay natin sa pangalan niya ay siya nga ay nagpasikat ng Pinoy Step dito sa ating bansa. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome in Mr. Richie Rivero!
Thank you. Grabe naman, sobrang haba naman ng introduction na yan.
Pare, good to see you, man.
Okay, syempre, Chi, kailangan namin malaman yung reaction mo muna when it comes to being described as that guy na nagpasikat ng Pinoy Step. What do you think of that?
Dun sa nagpasikat, siguro, it's, feel ko lang malaking factor na dun talaga nag-boom din yung social media. Diba? So, it's one thing na, and we know naman how UAAP social media is or was then before na feel ko talaga nag-trigger dun sa mga tao na syempre nakikita ko siya so gagayahin ko siya or whatsoever, diba? Na parang, nakita ko sa idol ko sa college or UAAP or whatever. So gagayahin ko siya. So, dun sa different flavors nun, Migs, Ton, feel ko kasi ginagawa ko na rin siya for a long time.
Okay.
And I think, yun nga, since nagawa na rin naman nila Keith, nila Mike, ever since like, I don't know, high school siguro sila or college days, feel ko mas naging comfortable lang din ako while doing it before. And it was working eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, siguro mas kumbaga mas na-spam ko lang yung move.
I like that term, mas na-spam.
Mas na-spam ko lang yung move.
Yeah, and there are so many other kids spamming around. Nasa spam si Richie because of him evolving the Pinoy Step. But I wanna get back to how it started. Do you still recall, Chi, na the moment na you did it may napatalon ka, yung hakbang mo, you went from point A to point B at na-realize mo na, hey, you know what, maybe this is something I can do on the regular.
Yeah. Actually, I can still remember as in very clear.
Okay.
The first time was my dad told me na this is gonna work kasi parang ginagawa daw nila or whatever. Syempre yun yung mga tito games na lang, diba? So ginagawa daw nila dad, and we grew up kasi kaming tatlo watching sila dad talaga maglaro lang, yung mga ganun. So ginagawa daw nila, and then sabi niya parang it's gonna work or whatever, and I was like, it feels so awkward diba? Doing it, especially before, diba, na like bata ka pa tapos wala naman masyadong gumagawa pa before. So doon lang na sinabi niya sa akin, try mo. Pag naging mas confident ka na ginagawa mo siya, mas magmumukhang natural siya sa'yo. Something like that. So, I think this was way back when I was in UE pa. So, that was, I don't know, grade 6, mga ganun, 2010.
Wait, you were in UE?
Yeah, 2010. Yeah, I studied there for 1 year.
Wow, I never knew that.
So, doon ka dumiretso from your province?
Yeah, from my province. I went to UE. And then, 1 year in UE, 1 year in NU. And then Green Hills.
Alam ko nag-NU ka nga.
Yeah, and then Green Hills all the way high school.
Wow. Where's your province again?
Isabela.
Okay. Shout out to strength and conditioning coach Paolo Rivero.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And happy Father's Day. Diba?
Happy Father's Day.
In light of Father's Day this June. So parang naging instruction pala siya sa'yo ng dad mo.
Actually, siya yung nagsabi sa akin ng move na yun. As in, ako, at first, talaga, sobrang awkward talaga sa akin. Kasi, syempre, nasanay ako, especially sa amin sa province. Diba, laki takbuhan lang talaga. Diba, pabilisan kayo ng takbo or whatever. Kung sino mas athletic, mas agile sa inyo gumalaw, diba, mas may skills. Doon lang talaga kumbaga mag-vary yung mga, like, basketball.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, nung sinabi niya sa akin na this is gonna work kasi marami ng medyo matatangkad na players dito sa Manila compared to like playing in Isabela, something like that. Sabi niya, magagamit mo yan. So dun lang talaga siya nag-start.
Did you have to watch a highlight of anybody in order to master?
So, as in, pinapakita niya lang siya sa akin. As in, pag naglalaro kami, pinapakita niya lang sa akin. Tapos, dun lang talaga nag-start na parang, sige, nalagyan ko lang siya ng different variations din na, I know for sure nagagawa na rin naman siya before, like yung mga hop, diba, pag after the hop, that's the time, tsaka mo lang gagawin yung Pinoy step or whatever. So, dun lang talaga siya nagkaroon ng different, let's say, like what you said, Ton, flavors to it.
And I think what makes yours a unique flavor, Richie, is you have such great control in terms of like yung pag-break mo from one foot to the other foot, and you have such long strides that you get from here to there. Okay, not here to here, there.
Yeah, it's a point A, point B. It's actually very important while doing that. Diba? And also, you have to make the defenders believe then na you're gonna take a shot, diba? For them to bite the fake. So, I think very important din yung mga yun. Kasi minsan yung iba naman, they do it, okay, it looks clean, pero bakit hindi kumakagat, diba?
Yeah, it took a while for you to master it, no?
Yeah, oo.
Di ba, na-mention mo, Anton, nakalaban ko si Richie.
Yeah.
Ang alam natin, yung Lasal days mo, yan, nagsimula ka na sa Pinoy step mo eh. Nung UP ka, malayo na talaga yung hakbang mo nun. Pero nung high school pa lang to, mga kaibigan, si Richie, nasa Lasal Green Hills siya. Nakalaban ko siya in this league called Paya. So I was from Claret. Tapos, magaling na si Richie umilag sa kalaban nun. Noong time na yun. Pero hindi pa siya Pinoy step. Yung tipong side step pa lang, ganyan. Magaling siya mag-maneuver. So, time na yun, it was hard for anybody to not notice you. Kasi he came in with so much swag sa Lasal Green Hills. Parang sino to? Parang yabang-yabang naman ng demeanor nito. And he had this sleeve on. And mind you, he was representing Lasal. So, green and white yung jersey nila. Pero meron siyang light blue sleeve.
Yeah, light blue.
Light blue, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ako, medyo nabadoyan pa nga ako nung time na yun. Bakit ito yung forma nito? Pero, ikaw ba, did you really own that type of identity nung high school ka pa lang that you want to be stylish?
Actually, not specifically ganun, di ba? Pero, hindi rin talaga nag-sleeve before. So, ang unang gamit ko pa was ginamit ko pa yung, alam mo yung ginamit ni Kuya James dati, yung may logo ni Cory na yellow wristband.
Power balance ba yun?
Hindi. As in like the wristband.
Okay.
Tapos merong logo ni Cory. So I was using that pa. So yellow wristband siya. I won't say na lang ginagamit ko siya sa NU. Though medyo may lang kasi blue and gold, diba? Pero yun yung una kong ginamit. Tapos never talaga ako naglalagay ng iba. And then nakita ko yung, I don't know, isang store ko nakita yung blue na
Hindi mo inisip sleeves na it resembled Ateneo in any way? Walang ganun?
For me kasi, it wasn't like, parang sa akin, as long as you represent your team the best way possible.
Okay.
So
there you go. Mr. Richie Rivero, stylish with his clothing, stylish with the way he plays as well.
And hindi ko siya ginagamit ng dark kami pag light lang.
Okay. Kahit pa paano medyo malinis pa rin tignan.
So I'm just, intrigued to know that there was a thought process going on with that at a young age. Naisip na ni Richie, okay, ito yung pormahan ko kapag light jersey kami. Kapag light jersey lang.
Kasi diba nauso pa before, like, yung change mo yung shoelace, yung shoelace, something like that.
Tama.
Yeah.
Pati nga yung medyas, diba?
Yeah, socks, even socks.
So yeah, you cannot miss Richie Rivero on the court with his unique style and his unique game as well. Now, I've also been victimized by the Richie Rivero Pinoy Step in Zobel when he was, going through runs. I remember, I don't know, obviously marami ka na biktima, but it was just me and him. I was the last line on a fast break and Richie was in front of me and I was like, no, I'm not gonna bite on this. I know what he's gonna do. And like how he did it was so slow, but I still jumped. That's the crazy part. Like, it didn't look fast. I don't think it was fast, but I still jumped. Now, Christian Luanzon described it the same way. Christian Luanzon, assistant coach at UP, when you were at UP, ang kwento niya dito sa show, nag-one-on-one daw kayo. And he said the same thing. Hindi ako kakagat. 2 beses daw siya kumagat sa Pinoy Step mo. So, what's your version of that one-on-one with Mr. Christian Luanzon, former USD King
Let's
Tiger?
Let's get some confirmation.
Yeah. So, me and Coach Christian, we've been really very competitive with each other. So, sinasabi ko rin sa kanya na parang as long as may nakikita ka sa akin na dapat i-correct or whatever, sabihan mo lang ako, diba? Kasi ako naman, open naman ako and all that, diba? So, palagi yan, magsasabi siya na, tara, one-on-one. So, ganun. Siyempre, ako din, tara coach, one-on-one, diba? And then, I don't know if you guys, if you've seen Coach Chris play, very, very, as in talaga ayaw niya magpatalo. Diba? So, kahit mga runs lang yan or whatever, one-on-ones or, I don't know, ayaw niya magpatalo. So, yun din yung challenge ko for me na parang, okay, mas experienced to, diba? Mas marami na siyang nakita in terms of basketball, I don't know. Pero, yun sabi ko, ang point ko lang is dapat manalo ako.
Right.
And then, I was trying talaga na binibait ko siya na yung mga layup muna ng, yung mukhang maaabot niya yung block, diba?
Pinaasa mo si Coach Chris,
That's the time na sabi ko, okay, yung next, dun ko to gagawin.
Right.
Just, actually, hindi naman para lang din makashoot, pero para lang masabi ko sa kanya na it does work.
So, I do have a question for Richie about one-on-one. So, nakalaban mo si Coach Christian sa one-on-one. Pero among all of your teammates and coaches, marami ka nang napagdaanan. Sino yung hirap na hirap ka kapag kalaban mo siya sa one-on-one?
We barely play din kasi.
Okay.
Kasi diba, syempre mga coaches minsan iwas aksidente or whatever.
Right.
I don't know, I'd say the UP boys kasi very competitive kami at the time, diba? Especially itong mga bata sila, Jerry, diba sila Carl.
Grabe dumepensa yung mga yun.
Grabe sila. As in talagang...
Si Raylan, naabutan mo ba yun?
Nag-abot kami ni Raylan pero hindi same team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was getting some LaMelo Ball vibes because Richie, I feel like he's very competitive. Akala ko sasabihin ni Richie yung tipong, nobody on the team can guard me. Put the camera on him too. I take his ankles every day.
Oh yeah!
Yung video na yun.
Yung nasa ano pa siya.
Nasa high school pa siya, sa Chino Hills.
Yung he's hiding for a reason.
Yeah, may ganung vibe eh. Parang ayaw sabihin ni Richie, wala naman nakakatalo sa akin sa 1v1 eh. I'm the 1v1 king. But like, it's nice that we get to talk to guys like Kiefer and Richie because, syempre, he's a thinking player. Diba? Sabi niya, okay, yung layup muna. Hindi ko muna papakawalan yung Pinoy step. And then, kapag, basa na ni Christian, ito, diskarte ni Richie. Saka niya pakakawalan yung Pinoy step. So, that's how you know how intelligent basketball players like Richie Rivero are. Diba?
Yeah, it's a game of counters.
Galing. Alright, so we've been having so much fun. Simula pa lang to, napag-usapan natin yung origin story ni Richie Rivero here on our show. When we come back, NBA naman ang ating pag-uusapan sa pagpapatuloy ng Pinoy Step Podcast.
Quick break from the conversation, but if you're really into sports like us, level up na ang suporta. Punta na sa arenaplus.ph and back your team habang live ang game. Mas solid pag sama-sama tayong sumusuporta. Visit now at arenaplus.ph.
Every champion has a story. And behind every success, there's a journey.
Alam mo yung feeling na parang gusto mong sumuko pero lumalaban ka pa rin?
Dahil sa support system, sa passion, at syempre sa sariling determinasyon. Lahat tayo may kwento. And here, we share ours with you.
PB&J is all about the struggles, the wins, and the journey in between. PB&J. Peanut Butter and Jella. Brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Sama-sama sa arena.
You're still with us here on the Pinoy Step Podcast, brought to you by the #1 sportsbook app on the Philippines, Arena Plus. Anton Rojas with Mix Gomez, and of course, our special guest from the Phoenix Fuel Masters, Richie Rivero. Richie, big NBA fan? What teams do you follow growing up? What was your team?
Growing up, talaga Lakers. Kasi Kobe diba? I mean, sino bang hindi fan ni Kobe? Diba?
Right.
Especially dun sa generation natin, diba? Nung, like 90s or late 80s or whatever, diba? Lakers talaga. Pero nung nakita ko si Paul George nung Indiana days. As in,
so are you an Indy fan?
Paul George fan.
Paul George fan? Sayang. Okay sa Indiana fan ngayon
no? Indy fan. And hindi rin siguro kasi OKC, rooting for OKC.
Okay. Paul George naman nag-OKC din at some point. Okay. I would have wanted sana kung sagot ni Richie tipong Manu Ginobili. Yung mga sidestep masters.
No, but now that Richie mentioned Paul George, I actually do see some Paul George in your game because for me, like yung mga moves ni Paul George, if you're not a basketball purist, you're not gonna get blown away. Parang ordinary lang. But once you see the footwork, once you see na pag na-trap siya, bigla siyang back to the basket and he can still get off a shot.
He's actually very SGA.
Diba?
Very SGA. The mid-range, no?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our fast break where we talk about some of the headlines as of late dito sa NBA. And I think one of the biggest headlines was the firing of Tom Thibodeau. Richie was telling us bago nagsimula yung ating show was that he was rooting for the Knicks with regards to the teams in the East. Ngayon, pinag-uusapan na sino ba ang magre-replace dito kay Tom Thibodeau? And one name that has come up is Jay Wright. Now, sino ba itong si Jay Wright? He's been the head coach of the Villanova Wildcats from 2001 to 2022 and won 2 national championships. So 2-time collegiate champion coach to. Parang Richie Rivero, 2 championships in the UAAP. Yung mga players niya, Jalen Bronson, Dante DiVincenzo, and then of course, Josh Hart. So that's why his name is being linked to New York right now.
Yes.
Yeah, even Mikal, diba?
Yes, Mikal Bridges, correct.
Tama. Apat sila.
Yeah.
Yun nga lang, meron ng reports na ayaw ni Jay Wright. Diba? Ayaw niya mag-coach sa NBA. And even Josh Hart tweeted na, wag na. Okay na, wag ka nang pumasok dito sa New York.
Baka ma-stress lang ba?
Oo. My question to you, Richie, because you rooted for the Knicks. Number 1, are you upset na finire si Tom Thibodeau? At pangalawa, naisip mo na ba kung may potential ka ng replacement for him?
I actually don't know, but I've seen the post of who's this? Ron Artest.
Ron Artest.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean nothing against Ron Artest, but I mean parang hindi lang bagay, di ba?
So ano, pinipitch niya yung sarili niya?
Yeah, pinipitch niya yung sarili niya.
Talaga?
Na parang I've had two championships in Rocker Park, things like that. Yeah, high school, blah blah. Funny, but I don't know, kasi feel ko nag-click din yung players kay Thibodeau. Pero yun nga, mahirapan talaga if super short nung, as in, sobrang liit nung nung rotation, diba? Nung last part, okay, nagagamit sila Shamet and all that. They've had a couple of big stops, diba? Na sana hindi ganun kapagod yung core team.
Right. Pero parang too late na.
Yeah, feel ko too late na.
They could have developed that type of chemistry going 9-10 deep during the regular season.
And yun yung makikita natin ngayon kung sino yung nag-last, diba? Which is Indiana and OKC. Na deep. Super deep yung bench.
Right.
So, sinabi ni Jay Wright na he wants to stay retired. And I think it helps also na yung mga former players na, sina Josh Hart, wag na coach, chill ka na lang dyan, baka ma-stress ka lang dito. And Richie, you know this, man. Coaching is a thankless job. Dito nga sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Pag nananalo ang teams, ang galing ng mga players. Pag natalo ang teams, it's bobo ang coach. Yeah. So, for you, sino ba nakikita mo nga pwedeng pumalit dito kay Tom Thibodeau? I mean, it's crazy how current coaches are being linked to the Knicks right now. Yeah. Like Jason Kidd, even Chris Finch of Minnesota is being linked. So, ano ba to? Ipapirate nila? Ganun na ba rin? Parang UAP na ba to? Pinapirate din yung mga players?
Well, I guess, grabe naman.
Wait lang, parang tinamaan ako doon.
Recently, may sensitive topic dyan,
Parang tinamaan ako doon, wag mo na kayo mag-pirate,
But analysts are saying that what makes this feasible is the fact that it's New York.
Yeah.
Diba? Yun yung parang appeal sa kanya na if you want to coach in the Big Apple, ito yung opportunity mo. So there are conversations with Jason Kidd being a candidate, Chris Finch, Ime Udoka as well. Yun nga lang, yung Houston mismo, hinarangan na nila yung opportunity na makausap ng Knicks si Ime Udoka. So we're gonna wait for the Mavs and the Wolves if gagawin nila yun.
Pero who doesn't want to coach for New York, diba?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, ako I'll give you some names. And I'll get your reactions kasi ito yung mga nababasa at naririnig natin. Let's start with the 2 former partners of Mike Breen on the broadcast. Jeff Van Gundy, who's currently an assistant. And I think for the Clippers, kay Ty Lue siya assistant. And Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, the one who was responsible for building the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors.
And saying, "Mama, there goes that man."
Exactly. Yeah. Dalawang yun. And then, I'm gonna add one more to the mix na binigay sa atin ni Brian Windhorst. Okay? Si Brian Windhorst, ano yan? Very established journalist yan sa NBA. Royal Ivey. So si Royal Ivey, former player to, and he is the head coach of South Sudan, which recently had a nice stretch. Nakapag-Olympics sila for the first time at tinalo pa nila ang Puerto Rico. Currently, he is an assistant to Ime Udoka. So yun, some of the candidates. Your reactions, gentlemen. Let me start with you.
I think I'd give the last one
Royal Ivey
a chance. Yeah.
Okay.
Kasi though hindi siya magiging madali for sure, 'di ba? Kasi I mean, okay, coaching for South Sudan, 'di ba? They're a really good team. Very very long players din kasi, very athletic, but feel ko iba pa rin yung NBA, 'di ba? Iba yung magko-coach kasi NBA, 'di ba? I mean, we've seen a couple of coaches also who coached somewhere else. Pag nag-coach sa PBA or UAAP, it's way different.
Yeah.
So how much more, 'di ba, coaching for an NBA team na New York pa, 'di ba? So I mean, we know how wild New York fans are, 'di ba? I mean, sobrang hirap. So siguro doon sa sinabi mo, gusto ko lang siyang bigyan ng chance in a way.
pero manage expectations.
Pero
okay. How about you, Anton?
Okay, so when I think about this New York coaching job, I think about some of the toughest coaching jobs here in the Philippines, like coaching the Ateneo Lady Eagles. If you're the coach of the Ateneo Lady Eagles, you have to be immune to bashing.
This is volleyball.
You're gonna get Lady
volleyball,
Eagles. You're gonna get bashed every single game, every single time you lose, and even if you don't use a certain player, you're gonna get bashed for it. I'm thinking if you're the head coach of LaSalle, you guys have to win or else you're going to get axed. If you're the head coach of the UP Fighting Maroons, same thing. Ateneo, Coach Tab Baldwin right now, some people are saying this might be the final dance. So, I think whoever the next coach of New York is going to be, it's got to be somebody that the players have his back.
Yeah.
And I feel like kailangan mag-meeting ni JB, kailangan mag-meeting nila ni Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges to try to convince their Villanova coach to come out of retirement and come to New York. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a reason why Jay Wright has been mentioned. So if I were given a choice, I will try to gift the whole house, lahat ng mga benefits dito kay Jay Wright. Come to New York, let's make history, the same kind of history that we made in Villanova. So to answer your question, that's my choice. I think Jay Wright should give it a shot.
Yan ang gusto ko sa'yo, Anton, eh. Gusto ko yung pinaglalaban mo pa rin, eh. Kahit humindi na, pinaglalaban mo pa rin si Jay Wright. Kami kasi, kung lumaki kami sa yung generation namin is very big on peace of mind. Alam mo yan. Peace of mind. So, if Jay Wright is happy where he is, kami, ang instinct namin is, sige, hayaan na natin yun. Pero we never know. If it's about chemistry, if it's about trust, then that might just be the formula.
So, very interesting. Abangan natin ang susunod na kabanata sa coaching search ng New York Knicks. Let's get to our next topic. Zach Edey, unfortunately, sayang to kasi 23 years old, he's 7'4". Richie, it's so hard to find a player this big, and I feel like down the road, he's going to be a problem. Natatakot lang ako kasi when I saw this news na out for next season, itong si Zach Edey with an ankle. I thought about Yao Ming. Remember Yao Ming was... he was so dominant.
Yeah, he was so dominant.
And even Shaq had trouble with him. But ang nagtapos sa career niya was not another player, was not like it was himself. It was his body giving up on him. And I feel like ito yung mangyayari kay Zach Edey if he does not take care of himself. So it's just unfortunate, pero I feel like if he recovers from this, he could be one of the best centers down the road.
Yeah, actually, kasi agile din siya, 'di ba? He can move, 'di ba? He can dribble, he can take.
He can shoot also.
He can shoot, 'di ba? And ang one thing that I admire about Zach Edey is he's really a fighter. As in, he's a fighter. He's a dog. As in, kahit yung mga older players, 'di ba? Pag nabubully siya, as in,
may isang clip na may binubunggo. Si Draymond ba yun?
Yeah, I think that was Draymond. Diba? As in talagang pumapalag siya. Diba? So, that's something na hindi mo matatanggal sa player.
Right,
diba? The fire na lalaban ako. Diba? So, things like that, hindi siya natuturo. Pero, that's something special na nakita ko sa kanya.
Ako naman, I'm not worried about this. They're saying naman it's not for the whole season. Diba? It's for the start of the season. Yes, it's another setback for the Memphis Grizzlies. But if there's something that they have proved to us in the past couple of years, is that they can operate nang hindi sila buo. They recently won 48 games when Ja Morant only played 50.
Yeah.
Diba? Out of the 82. Vince Williams injured then. The other players got injured here and there. I still think that Zach AD will be a nice piece for this roster because if you think about it as a whole, parang buo pa rin naman sila eh. Diba? Kung meron na akong nakukulangan sa kanila is that the small forward position lacks grit, which is what they lost from Dillon Brooks. Nung nawala si Dillon Brooks, nabutasan sila sa small forward position. They tried to make it work na si Desmond Bain yung tres.
Yeah.
At si Marcus Smart yung dos.
Yeah, medyo
didn't
maliit
work out. No.
Though medyo maliit.
Diba? Oh, and also salary-wise, they had to trade them out. Now, the salary of Dillon Brooks is also high. So it's a possibility na hindi na talaga nila makakapabalik yun. Plus, he seems to be doing well with the Rockets. Yeah. I think Memphis, pag nakabalik na yan si ED and knowing their lineup, I think they can still be that team that could be at the top of the Western Conference. 1, 2, 3, ganyan. They still have Ja, Desmond Bain, Jalen Wells, top 3 in the Rookie of the Year race, Jaren Jackson, and ED, as we mentioned. You have Scottie Pippen Jr., who emerged last year. You still have the Brandon Clarks of the world. Yan, sina Gigi Jackson. Yung mga yan. Maybe one trade could help them out. Trade somebody from your bench onto another role player. Maybe get a better small forward. But I'm not worried about this Memphis team. I think naman na yung injury ni ED would just be, for a short time.
Yep. And let's hope Miggs is right because yun nga, it's sad to see somebody so young, so promising, suffer injuries early in his career. All right, let's move on to our last topic sa ating fast break. OKC Thunder head coach Mark, am I saying this right? Daigneault?
I think that's right.
Mark Daigneault? Yeah, Coach Mark. Let's just stick with Coach Mark. Although maraming Mark maraming Coach Mark Okay, Coach Mark of OKC, confident that Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams would bounce back in Game 2. And actually, para sa akin, kay Chet ako pinaka nakulangan sa game number 1. You can't be the starting center of OKC, play just 23 minutes, score 6 points and 6 rebounds and just 1 block. He stepped up in game number 2 and I feel like expected naman to na babawi itong si Chet Holmgren. So he played 27 minutes naman. Game 2, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 block, was a lob threat. So, I mean, to me, this was expected.
Yeah. For me then, kasi yun nga, again, very agile na big, diba? He can move, he can shoot from the outside. He's a lob threat. And also, iba din yung skill set nitong bata diba? Sobrang, I mean, one of a kind din naman sa generation nila. So, for me, kailangan niya lang mas maging aggressive pa, diba? Kasi once if aggressive siya, mas mag-open up rin ng space for SGA, for Jalen Williams, even kila Caruso and all that, diba? Na it's something na dun sila kukuha talaga ng yung core ng points, diba? So, feel ko as much as nagiging threat din si Chet, OKC is gonna be okay.
We saw that at the start of Game 2. First play of the game, Chet Holmgren. He was the option for OKC, immediately scored. He finished 6 out of 11 from the field. So that's good. 55% efficiency, scoring double figures. Kung meron lang ako issue sa kanya, because OKC is playing smaller now, I need to see his rebounds get higher.
Yeah.
Diba? Yeah. Parang ang onti nung anim And knowing the fact na off the bench na si Hartenstein, which I did not like, by the way, nung start ng series na to. Hindi ko nagustuhan na nagpalit sila agad ng lineup. They didn't even give a chance for their usual starters to make it work against the Pacers. So, I hope he can increase his rebounds.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that adjustment. Kasi yun nga, that's a major thing that you brought up. Kasi yun nga, si Hartenstein, usually nagsistart at center, but because a Pacers ang kalaban, they know they're the number 1 offensive team in the league, number 1 in terms of pace. I think that's why they put Chet Holmgren at the 5 in the final series. All right, when we come back, ipagpapatuloy pa natin itong usapan about the NBA Finals and get to know what's been up lately with our special guest, Mr. Richie Rivero himself, right here on the Pinoy Step Podcast.
Halftime break? Not really. This is your chance to lock in. You know, every athlete has one thing in common. Di nila kinaya ng mag-isa. So if you're cheering from home or on the go, ipakita mo ang suporta by visiting arenaplus.ph kasi bawat fan may impact. Catch the games live for free at arenaplus.ph. Basketball is more than just the game. It's the culture, the players, and the stories behind every shot.
Anong pakiramdam na maglaro sa finals?
Paano nga ba talaga ang buhay ng isang pro player?
At anong mga kalokohan ang nangyayari sa dugout?
Lahat yan at marami pang iba pag-uusapan natin dito sa Basketboleros.
Kung mahal mo ang laro, mas lalo mong mamahalin ang podcast na to. Hosted by Ranidel de Ocampo and GB Labrador. Powered by the Arena Plus Sportsbook. Sama-sama sa arena.
You're still hanging out with us here on the Pinoy Step Podcast. Brought to you, of course, by the #1 sportsbook app in the Philippines, Arena Plus. Anton Rojas alongside Migs Gomez and, of course, Mr. Richie Rivero of the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Richie, Season 2 in the PBA, tama ba?
Yeah.
Season 2, kamusta naman ang buhay PBA player?
For me, ano pa rin nandoon pa rin ako sa, it's a dream come true, diba? I mean, we've all dreamt to be in this situation ever since I was a kid. Playing in the PBA is really like, syempre kung hindi siya yung pinaka-target mo before, it's either that or play for your country. Diba?
Right.
Represent your country, pay for Gilas, and win games for your country. But sa akin kasi yun pa rin yung naiisip ko every day I wake up na parang this is the work, the job that I wanted ever since, diba? We're paid to do it, we're paid to play, we're paid to do the sport that we love the most, which is syempre very, very big blessing to all of us players. And I'm just happy na nakaka-adjust naman ako.
Nasa starstruck ka pa ba? So mga nakakalaban mo, maybe a couple of your teammates.
Siguro yung mga, kunyari sila Kuya LA, diba? LA, actually to sila Cap, sila RJ, Hazul. I've been watching them lang before Alaska days, diba? Yung time nila with Gilas. Those are yun yung medyo nagbo-boom yung Gilas.
Right.
Na, syempre sa akin, teammate ko siya ngayon, diba? I learned from him. Yung nakikita ko siya playing alongside him, diba, sa games. It's something na very special din sa akin. Kasi those are the players na I look up to before, diba, na tinitignan ko sila na parang sana mapunta ako dyan.
Right.
Sana maging ganyan ako, katulad nila or whatever. And here I am now. Sana din, syempre tumagal yung career, diba? Just like sa kanila. And very successful people, not just on the court but even off the court.
Yeah. And you know, guys like me and Migs who cover you and knowing your story na nag-start ka sa UE, tapos NU, LSGH, DLSU, UP, now make it to your dream. We're just so proud of your journey. Now, last episode, we had Kiefer Ravena here and we touched on yung mga job opportunities for basketball players na hindi siya limited dito sa Pilipinas. Meron na tayong B-League in Japan. We have the KBL. You actually also tried your luck at being an OFW, playing overseas. You're about to enter the prime of your career, Richie. 27 years old. Sabi nila, ang prime ng basketball player is 28 to 32. So, ikaw ba? Do you see yourself maybe trying that again? Going overseas? Because, I mean, Arvin Tolentino, the latest PBA player who got an opportunity, di ba? Ikaw ba?
Where's he? KBL? KBL, right?
KBL.
Yeah.
You gotta confirm that though. Nakalito minsan yung text sa Instagram.
Actually.
When it pops out, it's all over the place. I mean,
basta he's there.
As long as he gets a bag, you know, we're happy for him.
I've been open naman. It's just that since yun nga, na-try ko siya before, diba? It wasn't easy. But again, it's something din na hindi natin in-expect like growing up, pero since na-open nga, diba? I'd say thanks to 30 for opening up the international stage to us Filipinos. But syempre open ako kasi alam mo yung iba yung feeling na nandoon, though mahirap. As in, ako masasabi ko personally since I've tried a couple of months in Taiwan, mahirap kasi yung homesick, mahirap especially sa atin, diba, sa Filipinos kasi very close tayo sa families natin.
Lalo ka na.
Friends, sa akin, diba? Kasama ko sila sa lahat. So, even while working out, doing extra work, whatever. Pero iba pa rin yung nare-represent mo yung country mo in a way na naglalaro ka for someone else's team, diba? Pero international. So you may not be playing for Gilas, but you're representing your country as well. Diba?
Right. Okay. So let's see kung meron mang offer sa'yo, Richie. But we're happy to know na happy ka sa PBA, diba? It is the dream of
is the dream.
Every child in the Philippines playing basketball.
And what Kiefer said during the last episode, Richie just echoed, it's not for everybody. Yung pumunta ka overseas, you leave everything, and you're there, nakikipagsapalaran ka. It's not for everybody, and it's good to know that, you know, a player as talented as Richie Rivero knows his priorities as well, and knows what makes him happy. Because at the end of the day, yung mental health and what makes you happy, sometimes if that's what you choose, then that's what you choose.
I asked this to Javi GDL before, diba? Since the only thing you can control now is your game.
Yeah.
Dito sa Pilipinas. Is there anything that you're trying to change in your game? Trying to improve?
Siguro I have to kasi I'm trying, though na-try ko naman, okay naman. It does work naman. It's just that I have to be more comfortable pa playing yung one position, diba, the point guard.
Yeah, okay.
Diba? Though there are times na we call the play, especially I started doing this when I was in high school, and then kay Coach Alden kasi wala kasi talagang yung dapat point guard yung ganito. Kung sino yung makakuha, kung sino man yung
kasi galing kayo sa Mayhem Press.
Yeah. Kung sino yung makakuha, diba, he should call the play, diba? Kung wala kaming yung mga quick triggers or whatever, ikaw na yung magtatawag ng play. So naging combo guard talaga na lahat kayo dapat capable of knowing your plays, knowing what to call, and when to call then, and how do you execute the plays properly, diba? Things like that. It's not for everyone din. Hindi lahat kasi kaya din yung ganon, diba? Pero I think napapractice naman siya.
Alright, now before we get to our NBA Finals analysis, gusto ko muna itanong to kay Richie. Kasi in the history of Philippine basketball and showbiz, meron mga players na nagta-transition into the showbiz scene.
Yeah.
Back in the day, growing up, I was watching Alvin Patrimonio. I was watching Benji Paras. Papa Bear up to now. Benji Paras is still in entertainment. Sa ngayon, ang nakikita ko talagang may potential, Clint Escamis. I mean, they're tinatawag siyang Prince Charming.
Prince Charming.
Diba? Ang kulit eh. And of course, Richie Rivero. Your good friend, John Vic de Guzman. Ngayon, prime time ngayon. Meron siyang teleserye. Ikaw ba? I know you've dabbled into this, but is this something that maybe you want to own in the future? Na alam mo yon, you are a basketball player, but at the same time, a guy who can be a lead in a teleserye or a movie.
For me kasi, I don't think it's really my path to like lead in a teleserye. Pero like I was very open since, especially nung nag-UP ako, that's the time na I tried transitioning to showbiz for a while. Kasi, di ba, meron tayong yung residency. So, wala akong gagawin.
81, diba? No? 81?
Yeah. So, wala akong gagawin. That's a time na sabi ko, sige, I can try venturing out or whatever, di ba, na matatry ko yung what it's like to be like doing movies or being in a movie or being in a series or whatever. Na okay, na-try ko naman. May iba't iba naman na like may mga horror, may yung mga rom-coms na usual sa atin. Pero ang masasabi ko lang is na-apply ko lang din kung ano yung ginagawa ko sa basketball na the directors and the producers, I treat them as my coaches and the managers. Diba? Tapos yung mga co-actors ko, those are my kuyas dun sa court. So things like that na parang nagtatanong din ako na how do you do this or how do I apply or whatever. Yung mga ganun. I think little things naman na if you're open, diba, it's easier for you to do both.
This is a reach of a question. Okay. I'm gonna try to reach here. What is it from basketball na nadala mo into acting that helped you out?
Siguro yung pagiging listener. It's a big thing na I don't think everyone is trying also to be a listener. Kasi yung iba medyo close din yung ano. Nothing against them. Pero it's something very important sa atin na yung discipline natin sa pakikinig dun sa small details, diba? It does give siguro sa kanila yung vibe na okay tong taong to, diba? Coachable, kumbaga coachable tong taong to or open siya, yung mga ganun.
Okay, lastly, before we leave this showbiz topic, kasi ang maganda sa pagiging artista, you can be so many things. Diba? Or you could still be a basketball player. Diba? Alvin Patrimonio, in one of his movies, he was still a basketball player. Tapos, namatay siya, nabuhay ulit, naging babae. Diba? So, pero nandun pa rin yung basketball skills niya. Si Papa Bear, hanggang ngayon, diba? Napagbibintangang murderer.
I do not know what he's talking about, by the way.
Yeah, seriously, diba? And then si John Vic naging doktor, ngayon police.
Yeah.
So ikaw ba, ano ba ang dream role mo if ever, baka may mga nakikinig na director, I don't know, or producer. If ever you have a role in a teleserye or a movie, what do you see yourself becoming?
Ako gusto ko talaga yung parang parang ginagawa yung mga stunts.
Okay.
Okay lang ba sa'yo stunt double ka?
Yung mga mission parang ang hirap naman.
Kailangan kita yung mukha mo, di ba?
Mahirap naman tayong double.
Sayang naman.
Yeah, but like yung mga Mission Impossible, things, stuff like that.
Grabe.
So tipong Tom Cruise na ikaw gagawa ng mismong stunt mo.
Yung mga ganon, gusto mo.
Atleta nga talaga.
Kaya lang natatakot ako para kay Richie kung sinubukan mo yung mga Tom Cruise na yan. Kasi alam natin si Tom Cruise tumatalon from one building to another. Nabali yung ankle pero tinuloy pa rin para matapos lang yung shot.
Yeah, then he was like, did you get that? Yeah, stuff like that, diba? I don't know, for me.
Wala ka pa namang stunt na naiisip na gusto mong gawin?
Wala pa naman. Pero ako kasi medyo intrigue ako while ginagawa din nila Direk Eric Mati. Shout out Direk Eric Mati, yung Buy Bust. Sobrang, like, I've seen a couple of shots. Diba? Meron silang mga scenes doon na one scene, parang, I think that was yung kay Ann, diba? Parang one scene for the whole day. They did it for like, they took siguro mga 300 takes. I don't know.
Wow.
Parang ganon. Yeah, it was like, parang si Ann, parang may fight scene siya and all that. And then, parang 2 minutes yata na uncut yun. So,
kaya...
Respect, man. Respect. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. All right. Let's transition now. Back to basketball. Game number 1, Indiana upsets OKC. Tyrese Halliburton hitting another improbable game winner with less than 5 seconds. He's done this 4 times in 4 different series in these NBA playoffs. Your thoughts on when Hallie, like what the Hallie when he hit that shot?
Actually, parang hindi na siya masyadong surprising when it comes to Hallie, especially nowadays, ba? They've been doing that since these itong past playoff games. Ang masasabi ko lang is nothing against Hallie. As in, sobrang naging fan din ako in a way.
Yeah,
na
same.
Parang, diba? I mean, okay, dati magaling si Hallie. He can facilitate, diba? He can make his teammates look good. Pero, feel ko lang talaga OKC. Feel ko yung kaninang game, that's it.
This is game 2. This is game 2.
the game 2, Fico, that's how the series is gonna go. Na, though pwedeng manalo pa rin yung Indiana. I mean, nothing against them.
Migs has a really wide smile
si Migs
right now.
medyo kasi Indiana siya. Pero,
no, OKC din ako. OKC din ako. Pareho kami,
OKC.
But feel ko lang, yung game 2 kanina, that's how the series is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So, kumbaga, you're close to saying it's a wrap.
Yeah, kasi actually, yung first game, diba, they've been up for, feel ko naging complacent lang sila. Na capable yung Indiana na humabol, diba? Kasi nagawa na nila for a couple of times.
So, do you think it's gonna be OKC winning the rest of the games?
Yeah, not the rest.
Okay.
But the championship, feel ko OKC. And then give SGA the finals MVP.
Yeah.
Give him everything, diba? I mean, he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been balling. I don't know, yung sinasabi na free throw merchant, it's hard, It's hard to bait a foul every
It's
time.
a skill.
It's
a skill.
Sobrang hirap nung ganun na ginagawa ni SJ actually. Pero, yan, hands down.
May thoughts ka ba, Anton, bago ako magsimula?
Wait, gusto ko lang sa free throw merchant na yan. Sino ba ang free throw merchant ng PBA
yan?
Sino free throw merchant ng PBA?
Actually, si Arvin.
Arvin Tolentino.
Arvin's good at that. Kasi he plays the 3.
Yeah.
Diba? He's a big 3. And he's, actually, medyo mabagal lang si Arvin, pero
yeah, he's deceiving.
Yeah, he looks, super deceiving. Pero, wala, tinatawagan din Magaling naman si Arvin.
And, I'm so happy na na-revive siya.
Actually.
Diba? Kasi, naalala ko, nakalaban ko rin siya sa San Beda. San Beda. Star siya nun. Pagdating sa college, parang hindi mo maintindihan kung ano ba, star ka ba o
actually,
hindi.
nag-start kasi when he transferred to Ateneo.
Ateneo, no?
Yeah,
Ateneo.
and then dun yata medyo naging shaky. But then, Arvin is still Arvin. Diba?
Yeah.
Kaya hirap na hirap kami ng GH. Kasi sobrang star-studded ng lineup nila. Diba?
May Andre na ba? No?
Andre Karakot.
Right.
Raj Tongko.
Ayun.
Sila Abatayo. Yeah. Kasi, Mokon. JV
Mokon?
Yeah.
Malakas nga nila.
So I just pulled out Arvin Tolentino's file. So he's going to the KBL playing for the Seoul SK Knights.
Oh,
so KBL.
That's the team of Juan?
Yeah. Oh, so siya yung pumalit kay Juan ngayon.
Juan, are you entering the draft?
Wait, that's a good question.
You can enter the draft.
That's a topic for discussion.
PBA is open.
There's the recruitment pitch from Mr. Richie Rivero.
Yeah, that's how the UP recruitment started.
Could you expound some more, Richie? Bakit hino-hoard niya yung mga players?
Actually, next na interview niya si CJ how it went. CJ.
Uy, sa Phoenix, ang dami yung UAP players dun, ha? Diba?
Mga kaming Ateneans.
Mga Ateneans.
Yeah, starting from the coaches, diba? I think we have like 3 sa coaches, manager, Boss Bugs, shout out. The players, Kai Balungay, Tyler Tio, Rafi Verano, Matthew Daves.
Apat na agad.
You
have Sean, right, with you, mga auntie?
Yeah, and Sean is a different bird. He's a falcon.
Yeah. Different bird. Yeah.
Falcon.
Sean yan. Okay. So, tignan natin kung sasali nga si 1GDL sa PBA draft. But going back to Indiana versus OKC. We're talking about Haliburton, right? Haliburton. Magtatanong muna ako kay Anton.
Okay.
There's this conversation in the NBA as to whether or not Tyrese Haliburton should be classified as a superstar. Okay? So I want to know your definition of a superstar, and is he as of this moment?
So right now, Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar in the clutch.
Okay.
I have seen tweets, memes that he is the Michael Jordan in the clutch.
Wow.
And in these playoffs, yes, you can say that. But is he a superstar overall? I say not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
He's an all-star though.
Yeah, he's an all-star and he's a star. But not yet a superstar. Kasi pag sinabi mo superstar, yun yung mga level ng LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and I think Giannis is a borderline superstar. And
Borderline lang, ha?
Borderline lang.
Ganun kasi standard.
Oo, hindi kasi parang for me, kumbaga, you have to be globally popular to be a superstar. I mean, like, he's not gonna draw the same crowd as a LeBron or Curry kasi.
Okay.
Yeah, diba? So, like, for me, yung superstar na superstar, like even Jokic has been MVP multiple times, but he does not have the same effect as a LeBron or a Curry or a KD na talagang, kumbaga, di ba, sa WWE ngayon, sinasabi ni John Cena, last real champion. So right now, I'm seeing the last real superstars, LeBron, KD, and Curry. Who's the next one? That's why there's a conversation of, can Anthony Edwards be that guy? Diba? Kailangan kasi may kumbaga, you have to be a Richie Rivero to be a superstar. You have to have the drama. You have to have the game. You have to have the swag.
Tama.
You have to have the popularity. And you have to make records. You have to make highlights. You have to go viral on every social media platform. Yun ang superstar. And right now, si Tyrese Halliburton, he hasn't checked all the boxes on that yet, but he's on his way. So yeah.
May drama with the dad though.
With the dad.
That's a good superstar. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So
if he can get some of that from the dad, diba? You know, that could help him elevate his status.
Yeah, and ako natutuwa lang ako, happy lang ako for Hali kasi 'di ba nababash siya nung nasa Team USA. Pero at least 'di ba nandoon siya sa napapakita niya dito sa yung expectations na I deserve to be there, diba? To be in that squad or whatever.
Right. Among the Olympians, he's the only one left playing in the NBA playoffs right now. So here's my problem about Tyrese Halliburton. I put out the word consistency, man. Consistency. Regular season pa lang. The Pacers started emerging January 2025. They had a losing record nung first 3 months of the NBA season. So again, question mark. Tyrese Halliburton, why couldn't you start the season very well?
On a winning note.
Diba? Bakit na late ka pa? Diba? And then, pagdating ng playoffs, yan, may game winner siya. Gaganda ng nalaro niya, nananalo sila. Pero bakit biglang may 8 points lang siya sa isang laro? May 4 points lang siya sa isang laro. Diba? His field goal attempts would drop down to only 7 attempts in a game. The next game, magta 31 points siya. Diba? Hindi mo maintindihan.
Yeah, I think if you're Hali in a team of Indiana, I think you have to take at least like 15 to 20 shots.
Exactly. No matter if you're missing them, diba?
Yeah, no matter if you miss them, but you have to take them. You have to take those shots if you want to be that guy for Indiana, diba?
Now, we understand he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
But at some point, the moment is gonna demand for the star from Indiana, diba? You can't ask Neesmith to become, that clutch 3-pointer.
And it's hard also for Pascal to be that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's also limited to just holding the ball when needed. Diba?
Yeah.
So mahirap.
Mahirap talaga. So ako, if we're gonna be continuing to give more respect to Tyrese Halliburton, then I would want to see more consistency. Ano nangyari sa game 2?
Yeah.
Tumiklop siya ulit, diba? Yeah. He had, I think, 17 points, pero hindi mo naramdaman yung 17 na yun during the game. So, good luck to you, Mr. Halliburton.
Yeah. So, you just pretty much backed me up on why he is not yet a superstar. Okay. Migs, since na banggit mo, bakit minsan 8 points ka lang? Share ko lang sa inyo, guys, bago tayo pumunta sa ating Tell It or Tank It segment. Siyempre, andito si Richie Rivero. Hindi natin pakakawalan. He has to go through our hazing here on the Pinoy Step. Si Kiefer Ravena dumaan dyan. I'll just bring out the Arena Plus app, of course. Shout out to JC, Jordan Clarkson. Alam nyo ba, guys, sa Arena Plus app, of course, Pinoy Step is brought to you by the #1 sportsbook app in the Philippines, Arena Plus. You can actually check out or bet and play on certain categories. Katulad nito, guys. Okay, merong NBA Final Series MVP 2025 winner.
Okay.
You guys can guess. Diba? Oh, NBA Final Series total number of games. Diba? You guys were just talking about it. Oh, makakakuha pa ba ng isang game ang Indiana? So all these categories like most rebounds, most points scored, most assists, most 3-point shots, correct result after game 3 and game 4, you guys can check that out and place your bets on the Arena Plus app. So do check it out. Download the Arena Plus. The best thing about the Arena Plus app is you can watch the NBA games. No commercial breaks. Absolutely for free.
Live. This is live also.
Yes, live. Live.
That's nice.
Kompleto experience mo sa Arena Plus.
Diba?
Okay.
Habang tinitignan kung mananalo ka ba or not, diba? At least, diba? You get to see them.
So, Rich, ready ka na ba sa ano? Tell it or tank it.
I actually don't know how this goes, but let's do it.
All right, we will get to that. Our Tell It or Tank It segment when we return right here on the Pinoy Step Podcast. Pinoy Step Podcast is brought to you by Arena Plus Network, your ultimate fast break to NBA action. Stay updated with the latest takes by subscribing to the Arena Plus Network and Pinoy Step Podcast YouTube channel. Listen and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Your support is like a perfect assist. It helps keep the show going. Sama-sama sa Arena. You're still hanging out with us here on the Pinoy Step Podcast. Presented, of course, by the #1 sportsbook app in the Philippines, Arena Plus. Anton Rojas with Mix Gomez. And of course, Mr. Richie Rivero. And we have arrived sa pinaka-inabangang segment na ating programa. It is our Tell It or Tank It, which we actually debuted when the Phenom, Kiefer Ravena, was here during our previous episode. Ngayon naman, si Richie Rivero ang sasabak dito sa ating Tell It or Tank It featuring Juiced Up Calamansi. Yeah, there's definitely something
Parang may
different.
halo
Oo nga. So, brother, Richie.
Yung ilong ni Richie, na-sensitive na ngayon pala.
Naamoy. Parang dumami. It wasn't this much last week. Okay. Mix, kindly do the honors and explain ang ating mechanics dito sa ating Tell It or Tank It.
Okay, so it's gonna be simple. It's question and answer. Magtatanong kami ni Anton ng questions kay Richie Rivero. Kapag ayaw niyang sagutin or kapag hindi niya tayo mabigyan ng magandang answer, kailangan niya sumat ng calamansi juice. Okay? Pero kapag maganda yung answer niya, then both of us will drink or what? Kung sino lang nagtanong.
Actually, kasi wala ka dito, hindi mo sinalo last week eh. So mukhang ikaw na muna, Migs.
Walang pala inom.
In real life kasi, ganun din eh. I always have somebody who's like my shield because I don't really drink. So yeah. Okay lang ba?
Sige. I'll take the calamansi juice for my co-host, Anton.
Thank you.
Sige.
Alright, ito listahan natin.
Okay.
Ano ba maganda tanong dito kay Mr. Rivero?
Ako ba muna magtatanong?
Go for it, brother.
Okay. Tayo sa mahirap agad.
Sasabihin ko pa lang nandun tayo sa madali mo.
Okay, so si Richie Rivero, nalaman na natin, nanggaling siyang Isabela?
Yeah, Isabela.
Nanggaling Isabela, dumiretsong UE, nag-NU Nazareth School, LaSalle Green Hills, DLSU Taft, UP Fighting Maroons, Phoenix UL Masters. Okay. Sa lahat ng mga naging teammates mo, pare, who is the biggest diva in basketball?
Sige, sasagutin ko. May naisip pala ako.
Sige nga.
I'd say Ben Embala.
Ben Embala.
Where is Ben Embala these days?
I think he's in France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Ben.
Yeah, shout out to Ben. Shout out to your kid, bro. Yeah, he has a kid now.
Nice.
And we've been very close ever since I was in LaSalle. It was me, Prince, and Brent who goes out. Okay. We eat together. As in, super close namin. So, every time pupunta kami ng gym para mag-extra, mag-workout kami. Though, mahirap lang siyang kasabay kasi mahirap yung mga ginagawa niya.
Yeah.
Pero, yun yung naging challenge din namin sa amin nila Brent. Na si Ben, parang siya yung naging, kumbaga siya yung naging guide namin. Sige, workout si Ben. Sobrang sipag niya eh. Pero, in a way, marami din siyang sariling lakad talaga.
Okay.
So, I'd say Ben.
Parang mahirap pakisamahan, ganon? Yung sariling buhay? Kaya siya naging diva?
Siguro sa iba.
Okay.
Pero once you know Ben, pero I think hindi siya ganun ka open. Kasi hindi siya ganun ka bilis mag-open up to other people.
Okay. Pre, I'll help you out. May naalala ko eh. I remember, speaking of diva kasi, part of being a diva is you're hard to be around.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, di ba? I remember there was one situation na parang nagkaagawan sa banyo Kasi there was a time na on the LaSalle team, Big Ben was there, Abu Tratter was there, Jason Perkins was there. Parang nag-agawan sa banyo.
That was
79? 79 ba? Rookie year mo? 78 ba?
Yeah. I think it's out of town. Yeah, out of town. So, roommate sila. And then, si Perk was there.
Okay.
Tapos, parang hindi sila nag-agawan. Something to do... Boo, correct me if I'm wrong. Something to do with the lotion stuff. Because, diba, they have like yung mga lotion thingy. And I don't know what the real story is. Perk, I don't know. You guys can correct me or whatever. Pero they had like a fight. Abu and Ben. And then, so how would you stop them?
Yeah.
Diba? Even Perk tried, pero it didn't work. So,
what would you have done, Richie? Let's say if you were in Perk's situation, you have Boo and Ben
probably
going at
prayed, bro.
This is for lotion?
Something to do with something like that. I don't know.
It's one of the weirdest stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's not like that's my lotion or whatever. I don't think it's that low or I don't know. Pero
what I remember was Ben was banging on the bathroom door. Boo! Something like that. They told this story before. Naalala ko lang.
They're open to it. I think you guys can ask Perk or Abu with this.
Yeah, just don't mess with Ben and Bala's lotion, I guess, is the bottom line.
Yeah, either Ben's lotion or Abu's. I don't know.
Okay, so because of this lotion story, I guess I have to take a shot. The calamansi juice. Shout out to Ben and Bala.
Yeah.
Shout out to Abu Tratter as well. Abu is also, he's particular about his scent.
Yeah.
Ano siya? Yeah.
That's good of them.
So they have those yung mga perfumes and lotions talaga.
Yeah.
Sana ito yung perfume ni Abu Tratter din, no? Yung calamansi juice.
Shout out Boo.
Oh my gosh,
Ben. Shout out Ben.
There's something
Shout
in
out
there,
Perk.
Gets ko na kung ba't ako yung pinapainom ni Anton.
Pati si Keith na paano eh.
As in concentrated. Like,
You'll find out.
Oh.
Ito, mahirap to. Okay, kasi professional ngayon si Richie eh. Siyempre, you don't wanna be a D'Angelo Russell. Man, you don't wanna be a snitch. Okay, have you ever leaked or shared inside team info to somebody? Siyempre, parang nangyari dati na nasa hotel room, nag-uusap about who's dating who.
Yeah. Actually, for me, hindi. Never. That's a big no to us. Kasi what you guys talked about, like, during team huddles or even like yung nagkakwentuhan lang kayo. For me, it's the family that you protect, diba? Na whatever we talk about here stays here. Things like that is very important in a team, diba? Na you don't not just snitch, but you don't broadcast everything about the team, diba? Or anything. So I'd say wala pa akong ganon. So
that was dumb. Now I have to take a shot.
Yeah.
Because he easily answered it.
The answer is no. I'm clean.
Yeah, we gotta do better, Migs. We gotta do better.
I have my next question already.
Okay.
Yeah, sige. Kaya
I'll just take this one, okay? Vitamin C.
Yeah. Richie 2, us 0.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Oh, man. Okay. I hope this is a good question. Sige. Since Richie Rivero is the only collegiate player to win 2 titles from different universities. Mag-hypothetical tayo dito. Hypothetically, nasa kanya yung championship trophies ng UP and LaSalle sa bahay niya. And then the house goes burning down. Okay? Masusunog na yung bahay niya. And he only has one chance to save one trophy. Is it the UP trophy or the LaSalle trophy?
Konting explanation lang. Kasi,
ay, ready siya!
Konting explanation lang. The LaSalle trophy is very also personal sa akin, syempre, kasi rookie year ko yun, diba?
Okay.
It's my first year in the UAAP. That team is, I don't know, I guess up to now, I'd say that's the best team I've seen in the UAAP.
Okay.
That lineup is very packed, as in, parang walang tapon talaga. Diba? Meron pa kaming, like even sila, Perk, Julian Sargent, Abu, Ben, Thomas Torres, diba? Aljun, Andre, Kib. As in, sobrang packed. And I think, lahat yun nag-boom at some point sa college careers nila. So for me, yung to be part of that lineup, diba, that championship team is one for the books talaga.
Okay.
Pero I'd say UP.
Okay.
I'd say I take the UP trophy. Kasi iba yung naging sacrifice namin ng UP. That's the bubble season, diba? We stayed in UP for I don't know how long. Diba? We swab ourselves every day.
Right.
That itself is hard. Kasi as in talagang irritated na lahat, diba? And all. Takot kang lumabas, takot kang to be with even family members diba? Kasi minsan pag hawa yung buong team. So minsan as in nakakatakot din lumabas talaga. And one thing, mahirap siya kasi basketball is, yes, very physical game, pero sobrang important din ng mentals. Na kailangan namin maging okay, kailangan namin maging masaya lahat, kailangan prepared kaming lahat sa kung ano mang mangyayari. And we haven't played in so long before that, diba? Kasi yun yung walang 2020.
Walang 2021 or 2020.
20 and 21. Because that was 22.
Oh, yun. Parang ganun.
Yeah, that was 22 of Feb or March. Something like that. So,
oh, man.
I take the UP trophy.
Kailangan ng intensity natin, Anton.
Let's go! Wala pong change ng questions. Dapat
You know what? Should I pull out this guy's dating history?
No.
I'm gonna pull out this guy's dating history right now. Nakadalawa na si Migs.
Oh!
Okay.
I think, ano po to kasalanan nila. Kasi dinagdagan nila.
Kaya, wala ganito segment dati.
Wala.
Malinis kami dito dati.
Alam mo, pre, I'm scanning the questions. Wala talaga.
Kulang.
Alam mo, hindi pwede matapos itong season natin na hindi nagsha-shot.
So, feel ko,
si Richie.
Feel ko lang why not, let's all take shots, diba? Sabay-sabay tayo.
Yeah.
Feel ko iniisahan tayo nito eh. Kasi
After this question, I got one. Okay. But I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. Let's not mention names na lang. Okay. Let's not mention names. Okay. You're Richie Rivero. Okay. You're Mr. Basketball Hotshot, can transition into other things anytime you want. You are him. And there are many guys who want to be you. Why? Not because of your basketball skills, not because of your endorsements, but because they want the girls. They want the ladies. Okay? Were you ever rejected after planning a grand gesture? And what happened when you were rejected? What was this grand gesture? Nangyari na ba sa'yo yun, Mr. Richie Rivero? Kumbaga, ano ba? Nababasted ba ang isang Richie Rivero? Paano ba?
I feel like before ka umabot doon, you have to feel na mukhang tagilid. So, 'di ba? So you have to at least kumbaga kumambyo ka na friends or whatever, 'di ba? Kasi kahit sobrang gusto mo yung girl, 'di ba? If nagte-try ka and you feel like before doing this, parang eto na to, gagawin ko na or sasabihin ko na or whatever, yung surprise or kung ano man yan, 'di ba? Mafe-feel mo na meron kang gut feel if yes or no, 'di ba? So if lang, 'di ba? Before mo siyang gawin, ako yun yung ginagawa ko. Before ko siya gawin, if feel kong hindi, Cancel muna.
Sigurista.
So basically, what you are telling us, Richie, is that you've never been busted in your entire life.
Hindi
is that
naman,
what
hindi.
you're saying?
It's not like that. Before lang a grand gesture na gagawin ko, diba? Hindi. Pero like yung mga no's or whatever, meron naman siyempre.
So, sino yun?
Magbabalik.
Hindi kami satisfied
Okay, ano naman yung na-feel mo? Paano ba ma-heartbroken ang isang Richie Rivero kapag na-busted ng isang babae?
Maybe it's not for you. Not for you guys to be together. Or not for you guys to share a path for a time.
Okay, let's check the crowd kung pasado ang sagot ni Richie Rivero. If I see some thumbs down, he's gonna take a shot. Guys, let's see the hands.
Parang nagkakahiyaan yung producers
kay
natin.
Boss Celine. Okay. Boss, ano ba? Pasado ba o hindi?
Sana hindi. Hindi raw.
Okay.
Wala pa naman pong nagwala sa show.
Bawal mag-walk out. Ilak yan.
Guys,
Bawal
I want to
mag-walk
see the
out.
reaction here.
Guys, you have to take it. Though I'm a fan of Calamansi.
Don't make a face.
It's not bad, bro.
No.
Naya naman kami.
I've been a fan of Calamansi.
Iba tong si
Bukas
Mr.
yan ang
Rivero.
inumin nyo sa practice ninyo.
Sakto, coach. Wala ako bukas.
Richie is unfazed, man. Di ko alam kung saan kakain natin yun ng pansit canton sa UP. Sarili na tayo sa Calamansi.
Calamansi, bro.
Anyway, okay. So, we got one.
Before we get to, may isa pa, Migs, this is you. Please, get him to drink another one before we take these last three together.
One last question. Let me take. Sige. Hirapan ulit natin.
This is rated as PG, guys.
Lights on, lights off. Shout out Tito Boy. Naloko lang.
Ooh, happiness of chocolates.
Rank the top 3 coaches that you have ever been with. Naka-rank to Number 1, number 2, number 3.
In what way?
Up to you.
Up to me? Siguro yung closeness ko sa kanila. I'd say 1 is Coach Gold kasi mas naging close talaga ako sa kanya. Kasi ever since halos kaka-start pa lang namin sa Manila, magkasama na sila ni Dad
Okay.
Like sa Chankay, Adamson, wherever, NU.
Why didn't you play for him?
I was in GH na Like, pa-transition to GH.
Okay.
So, naging close din talaga kami. 'Di ba? Sila ni Dad and then ako sumasama lang ako sa kanila. So, para rin siyang talagang kaya easier for me nung bubble season. Kasi yung closest namin ni Coach Gold na parang every after game or training or whatever, tatambay ako dun sa room niya. Na coach, ganito ito lang yung feel ko or kamusta ka lang. Ganun.
Parang Greg Popovich
As in, ganun yung niya, na ganun si Coach Gold sa lahat Siguro mas naging naging open lang. Kasi, yun yung pinaka naaalala ko or maaalala ko dun sa like me, Coach Gold. Yung ganong samahan namin.
Okay.
Diba?
So he's number 1?
I'd say he's number 1.
Okay.
Siguro hindi ba pwedeng tie yun?
Hindi, kailangan, Richie. Sinin mo na. Tapusin mo na.
Yeah.
For the Calamansi juice.
I actually drink the Calamansi juice. Pero I'd say tie si Coach Jamaica and Coach Alden.
Okay.
Kasi pareho rin akong close dun sa dalawa. Na ever since, like Coach Jamaica, I've played for Coach Jamaica nung Gilas under 16.
Okay.
So under 16, hindi lang nakasama nung FIBA World namin kasi parang papasok yung NCAA at the time.
Okay.
So Yun. And then, kay Coach Alden kasi, sobrang naging close din kami ni Coach Alden. Diba? As in, naging option ko din na, Coach, laro na lang ako for you. Yung ganun. Kung saan ka pupunta, Coach, laro ako for you. Kasi, yung naging bond namin sa Lasal is sobrang iba. Saan ka naman nakakita ng coach na nagstay din doon sa dorm namin?
Oh,
yeah, he stayed there.
Yeah.
So kapag like night na hindi kami, nagsasabi ako na, Coach, di mo makatulog. Minsan nandoon lang din siya. Nasabi niya, dito lang din ako sa baba, ganoon, pwede tayo mag-usap or whatever, na parang kinakabahan ka. Ito yung palagi ko naaalala sa kanya, na kapag kinakabahan ka, sabi niya sa akin, huwag ka matakot kasi ibig sabihin lang, importante yung bagay na yun sa'yo.
Tama.
So sabi niya, kung kinakabahan ka man, wala akong problema dyan. Kasi alam ko, mahal mo yung ginagawa mo. Diba? Importante to sa'yo. Lahat tayo kinakabahan. Kaya ako nandito, sabi niya, kasi kinakabahan din ako. Kasi, iba siya dun sa excitement. Diba? Na nafe-feel natin. Pero, yung kaba is something na mas magpupush sa'yo na okay, mas gagawin ko to, mas titibayan ko yung loob ko kasi importante sa akin to. So, yun yung naaalala ko pag kinakabahan ako or whatever. And si Coach Alden, sobrang naging open siya sa amin, naging daddy rin siya talaga sa amin. So,
lumipat siyang UST, di ba?
Yeah.
Was there a chance that you would follow him?
I would. Actually, nauna ako nag-commit ng UP, I think.
Okay. So, if it wasn't for that, you could have gone to UST?
Possible. Though, in a way, may mga rumors na rin kasi na parang aalis yung mga yan kasi nire-recruit ni Coach Alden. So ako parang in a way, hindi actually, sinasabi ni Coach Alden na stay kayo dyan. Stay kayo ng Lasal kasi maayos na organization yan eh. Diba? It's a good institution na naging family din natin. Diba? Pero due to hindi masyado maayos na usap, we chose to leave. And parang sa akin, in a way, ayokong gawing, okay, sige, tama kayo, ni-recruit ako ni Coach Alden na umalis kami or whatever. Parang ganon. So parang I chose not to na rin. Okay. Pero if given the chance yung time na yun, I'd play for Coach Alden.
Wow. Okay. You know what? Even though inangkin na ni Richie yung shot ng Kalamansi. Sige, as a true sportsman, bro, hati tayo dito.
Wow.
Cheers, bro. Cheers. I love that answer. Man,
so how many have you had? 2.5?
2.5, man.
Okay,
and we still have one to go.
Yeah, so Migs is going to set the record for 3.5 Kalamansi shots.
Medyo tipsy na ako,
matapos ang season 1 of Pinoy Step Podcast. So one for you, one for Richie, one for me.
Yep,
just like we did with the Kiefer episode, we are going to end our Tell It or Tank It segment with everybody here on the show taking a shot. So Richie Rivero in the prime of his career, or entering the prime of his career, 27 years old. Brother, we are proud of how far you've come, the impact you've made with regards to basketball and entertainment, and of course, setting social media on fire with every move that you make on and off the court. We salute you to the best years of your life.
Yep.
Cheers,
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, G. Yeah.
So, for the question, in your prime, Richie Rivero, ano yung isang bagay in your bucket list na gusto mong magawa, goal na gusto mong makamit in your prime in these next coming years?
Get a championship in the PBA. It's really big for me. It's really hard then, diba? To go against those bigger teams, diba? And also those yung mga kuya ko sa PBA. Very iba kapag tinatanong ako na anong difference ng UAAP sa PBA, diba? You're playing against yung mga ibang nakalaro mo din or whatever. Pero once na nasa PBA ka na, iba yung competition. Diba? Also, kunyari, like may mga tune-ups, like yung mga college teams, diba? Yung mga pocket tournaments. I don't think ang nakakalaro mo doon yung PBA team itself eh. Kasi parang iba kapag kalaban mo sila sa mga pocket tournaments compared to when playing against them sa PBA. So, yung competition is really there. It's really hard. So, feel ko naman enough yung PBA championship. Kasi again, not everyone gets to have a chance of having that chip. Diba?
And by then, I'm gonna be asking him kung ano pipiliin niya. The PBA championship or the UP championship. Let's see. Wait and see.
Yeah. Let's see if hindi pa ubos yung kalamansi dito.
So let's manifest that. A PBA championship for Richie Rivero. You never know. Could be with Phoenix. Could be with another team. We'll see what the future holds.
Yep.
All right. So we close the show now. Okay. All right, brother. Again, we thank you so much for the time. You're such a busy young man, and we're so proud and we're rooting for you. Where can people follow your career next? Ano pa ba yung mga pinagkakaabalahan mo aside from the PBA? Of course?
so far, I've been really busy lang sa PBA. Diba? I'm trying to focus kasi this is my like first contract in the PBA. So I'm trying as much as possible to make it a point na worth it naman para dun sa team, diba? Na syempre nag-draft sa akin and all that. Aside from that, siguro I'll keep you guys updated with my socials, Richie Rivero and Instagram, and I don't know where else, TikTok or whatever. Diba? Medyo nauuso yung TikTok ngayon. So if magpo-post ako sa TikTok, just check na lang, guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Richie.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Ton.
Thank you. It's great catching
and
up
thank
with
you po sa inyong lahat behind the cameras. Kahit hindi ako nag-enjoy. And then, thank you po.
Migs, your parting shots before we close the first season of Pinoy Step, which has been absolutely fun.
Gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga sumabaybay sa Pinoy Step Podcast. We've had wonderful episodes here. Nagsimula na kaming dalawa lang ni Anton, silang dalawa ni Coach Christian. Up until we've had guests, sina Jordan Bartlett, Javi GDL, Kiefer Ravena even made a special guesting, and of course, the season enter. Sobrang fitting, no, Anton, na magtatapos tayo with the Pinoy Step people here in the Philippines.
Absolutely.
Kiefer Ravena and Richie Rivero. Perfect. And I hope na magkaroon pa tayo ng opportunity soon.
Yeah. So to end our season, let's raise our Arena Plus glasses, because this show is brought to you by the #1 sportsbook app in the Philippines, Arena Plus. So as we close the show, sabay-sabay tayo tumingin sa camera and say, sama-sama sa Arena. Sa lahat ng mga nakinig, nanood, maraming salamat po. That's a wrap for Season 1. We will see you again on the next season of the Arena Plus app and of course, the Pinoy Step Podcast. Here we go. Sama-sama sa Arena.
Thanks for listening to today's exciting conversation on the Pinoy Step Podcast. Kung nararamdaman mo yung drive, yung passion, at yung hustle, huwag mo lang itago. Suportahan ang paborito mong teams by going to arenaplus.ph. Be part of every win and every milestone. Until the next episode, take care and keep cheering. See you at arenaplus.ph.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Arena Plus Sportsbook, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.